Okay, we're ready for the next step in actually creating some geometry. We've got our sketch environment set up, and the part that we're going to be creating, so we've got line 1 that's 3 inches, line 2 that's 1 inch, line 3 that's 42 degrees from the vertical, and then we come back over here and 2.5 inches is line 4 and line 5. Some pretty basic geometry, but I'm going to show you the steps on how to create this. So here we go. I've already got everything set up. I'm going to go over here and we're already in the Sketch Command Manager tab, and there's some tools right over here. Sketch entities. The one we're probably going to use the most is the line tool right here. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And notice how things change here. You get your Insert Line Properties Manager, and we get an icon as we drag this over here. It's the line icon. Select this 0, point, and notice as I put my cursor over it, I get a little orange dot, and I also get a little yellow box with 2 lines intersecting on it. That is a geometrical relation, and it's called the coincident relation. And that means that this line that I'm about to create will always be coincident with the 0, point. They basically share the same point. So my prompt over here is in the property manager is saying edit the settings of the next new line or sketch a new line. So I can actually set this as sketched, make it horizontal, vertical, or aligned. I can make it construction geometry and an infinite length. Well, right now I just want as sketched. So I'm going to go ahead and select that. And I'm going to drag it across, and if we look at our drawing, line 1 was 3 inches long. So I'm going to drag it over here. I could kind of guesstimate and try to get this exactly at 3 inches, but at this point I'm just going to get an approximate location. Snap there. Notice you now have a green square with a horizontal line through it. That is another geometrical relation. That's the horizontal, so it's constrained or defined as horizontal. I cannot move it any other way. Okay, so I'm going to create my next line. It's 2 inches, so I'm just getting about approximately 2 inches. And go ahead and click there. Notice next to the icon, I get a little yellow box again, and it's a vertical line now. That's just another relation, geometrical relation, and it's going to lock this line in the vertical position. Okay, I'm now creating line 3, and I'm just dragging it up here approximately 2 inches, and I'm guesstimating that it's about 42 degrees there per our drawing. And I'm going to go ahead and click there. Now to end this command, there's several ways I can do that. One is I can right click and end chain, so I could double click my mouse and it'll end that chain. So I need to pan over just a little bit, so I'm going to hold my control key down and hold the middle mouse button down and pan over a little bit. Line 4 starts down here at the 0, and goes up, so I'm going to go ahead and line command, or I can right click and select line right here. There's also the mouse gestures, which I'm going to select or hold down the right mouse button, and I'm just going to move my cursor up a little bit, and it gives me several different commands here. Number 1, the active one, is a smart dimension right now. Over here we have the circle, and there we have the rectangle. Well, I want to create the line tool, so I'm going to go over here and select that, and notice it puts me right into the line command. So there's 3 quick ways of actually accessing the line command. As I mentioned, first we have the Sketch Command Manager up here, then we right click recent command, or right click and drag up, and we have the mouse gesture. So I'm going to go ahead and click here on the 0, point, and I'm going to drag it up. It's about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to go, that's about 2.5. Notice I get my vertical relation icon there. So if I click, it'll lock it in or create a relation that's vertical. I'm going to come across here, and I'm just going to go ahead. Notice I can stop right there and make it coincident. So I'm going to just go ahead and click right there and hit escape to end that command. And now I have these geometrical relations: horizontal, vertical, horizontal, coincident, meaning they share the same endpoint, vertical, and coincident. If you grab, say, this point right here and drag it out, notice you can change the location and the geometry, but you can't change the angle here. Endpoint of this line and this line will always be in contact with each other. You can't move them out. They're coincident. Notice these two lines are black, meaning that they're fully defined, and the blue ones are yet to be defined. So I can still change things, such as I can change the length of it and also the location of it. One other tool I need to use here is the trim tool. So I'm just going to select trim. In your trim properties manager, you have numerous options here. I'm just going to go with the default trim to closest. You get that little icon there. I'm going to select that, and it just trims back to the nearest intersection. I'm going to go ahead and select the OK button. And now that's pretty much it for our geometry. And the next step will actually add some dimensional relations that will actually put this part into the exact size, location, and orientation.